This is episode 1010, a solo episode with me, Tiffany Hinton. Today we're going to be talking about something truly transformative, the magic of routine, creating rituals for peace on Cultivating Guts. Hey love, it's Tiffany. Welcome back to Cultivating Guts podcast, a sacred space where we explore how to live with more peace, presence, and joy. I'm excited to be back with you, and I've had a lot of reflective moments lately on how the tiniest rituals, like making a cup of tea or having a cup of cacao in the evening before bed, lighting a candle before I do any breath work or yoga, taking a deep breath to just release and relax, or even taking an Epsom salt soaked bath in the evening they've become these anchors of peace in the middle of a chaos-filled life. And today we're diving into how to build more routines that become rituals, because there's true magic in repetition when it's done with intention. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello, beautiful. We're eye gazing. It's awesome. I'm so glad you're here. And if you'd rather see me as we talk through this, you can find this episode on YouTube at youtube.com/Tiffany Hinton. We also upload our videos to Spotify, so you can watch them there as well. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review the Cultivating Guts podcast. Send me a screenshot of your review over via email at tiffany@cultivatingguts.com, and you'll receive my free Stress Buster movement video to help you move through that stuck energy, that stress of your day in as little as 3 minutes as a thank you gift. And while you're listening, if something deeply resonates with you, take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram at I am Tiffany Hinton. I love reposting your takeaways. I love reposting things in my stories, hearing about your highlights. And so I would love to see if you had anything that deeply resonated, share it back. We're growing this beautiful community together, and I'm so grateful for you. Now, let's get into our conversation on routines, rituals, and sacred rhythms of daily peace. But first, quick word from our sponsor. And this is honestly a shameless sponsorship I am self-promoting today. And what I want to talk to you about in this episode, it's being brought to you by our Grounding and Glowing membership. It's my monthly container of nervous system love, lunar aligned rituals, and herbal support created especially for the busy, soulful woman. If you are ready to replace burnout with balance, visit cultivatingguts.com/grounding and glowing. Links in our show notes. And you can start your free 7-day trial. If you sign up before April 22nd, you can join our April live class, which will be amazing and awesome. We're doing the Cross-Heart Kritan Kriya. I am loving it. I am on day 10 of doing that Kriya straight. My goal is 40 days or more. We'll see where it takes me, but I am absolutely loving it. So I want to invite you, honestly, to join the Grounded and Glowing membership. And if this episode, as you're listening, sparks something inside of you, if your soul is whispering, yes, I need more of this, I want more of this, Grounded and Glowing is where we create this sacred moments together. It's where we interact. It's where we connect. Each month includes a live class. Like I said, our April class is the Cross-Heart Kritan Kriya on April 22nd. It includes an herbal monograph that you can print out to build your own grimoire, plus recipes every month. This month there's 2 recipes that go along with our herb of the month, the guided rituals, meditations, breath work. We've got journaling questions in there and so much more. It's a private community, and your first 7 days are free to explore. All right, we are diving straight into the podcast. And so what if the secret to feeling more grounded and less overwhelmed wasn't doing more, but simply doing a few things with intention every day? How does that sit with you? It wasn't about doing more to feel less overwhelmed. It was about doing a few of them with intention. So what does that mean? It means that when you do something, you're doing it because there's an intention, you have a purpose, you have a reason for doing that item. So I'll give you some examples, personal stories and so forth, right? I know personally that I live with diagnoses of 4 autoimmune diseases. I know that. I also know, based on a conversation I had last week, I'm starting to become a detox junkie. What does that mean? It means that I am feeling better when I am actually detoxing or when I am following a protocol for a detox, because it's forcing me to pay attention to what I'm eating, right? So what if instead of being a detox junkie, I had an intention that every morning I would get up and drink celery juice? And that becomes part of my morning ritual. My morning ritual and my evening ritual both are very, very much kind of set in stone. There's some things I do that I add, and then there's some things that I always do. So my morning, I never wake up with an alarm clock. That totally stresses your nervous system. It puts you into fight or flight immediately. So I never set an alarm clock unless like I have to make an airplane and like at 3 a.m. or something crazy, right? My body automatically wakes up on its own when it's ready to wake up. Now, yes, I am privileged. I know that, to have that ability, to have a job that allows me to not have to be there, on a shift. Like my job allows me to work 8 hours a day, kind of core hours, but also then flex as needed. So, but one of my rituals is not having an alarm clock. There's no clock in my bedroom. There's no alarm clock in my bedroom. There's no way to set an alarm, unless you do it on your phone. Okay. The other thing is I wake up in the morning, and every morning I say an intention. It's a prayer, basically. And I recite that either in my head or to myself. Then I get up and I always wash my mouth out with my toothbrush and cold water. I wash my face unless I'm taking a shower. And even if I'm taking a shower, I'll put face soap on my face and then get in the shower. When I am showering, I have a ritual of dry brushing first. When I get out of the shower, I oil my body. These are things that I just do in my morning. I'm always doing an intermittent fast. That's just part of my autoimmune protocol. So I make a coffee, whether I'm at home or I'm taking it to the office. I always make a coffee, and I normally start consuming the coffee around 8 a.m. And that's my morning, right? Those are the things I always do. Now, there are times where I add a morning Kriya, or on Sunday mornings, I join Sunday Soul, or on certain mornings on Sundays, I get in the hot tub and listen to a podcast, right? Those are things that I do for my peace and grounding, to fill myself back up, but they're not necessarily part of my core ritual. So then let's talk a little bit about the evening. My evening ritual, again with full intention, is to go to my bedroom and lay down by 8:30 every night, be in bed. Drives some of my family crazy. They're like, Mom went to bed again early. It is on purpose. So I want to be in bed by 8:30, and I want to be asleep by 10 o'clock. Those have to do with Ayurvedic hours and like Pitta and Vata. Okay. So when I go to bed at 8:30, a lot of times I shut my cellular service and my Wi-Fi off on my phone. Yes, does that make me unreachable? Absolutely. It's on purpose. I turn the lights off in my room. I turn the ceiling fan on. I then also turn my phone screen light all the way down to the bottom. And with the lights off, my eyes will adjust, and I listen to an audiobook or a podcast that I've downloaded on my phone. So I don't need cell service and I don't need Wi-Fi. Then when I feel normally relaxed and tired, that's about an hour of reading. And I know a lot of you will be like, why don't you just read a paper book? Because the light would have to be on. And I don't want the light on. Especially, I don't want LED or bright lights on in the evening. If you're going to read by a lamp in the evening, you should get like a yellow bulb, which is what we have in like our dining room and our family room. Or you should get like a red light bulb and read with those colors, because you don't want to activate the cortisol in your body when you're trying to get ready for bed. So I'm using audiobooks on purpose with the lights off, right? Normally within an hour I'm tired. So then I switch my Wi-Fi back on my phone, and I move my phone over to Spotify, and I play from a playlist, 741 gigahertz music, and it's a 12-hour playlist. And then I lay down and go to sleep. And that's the evening ritual. There are some evenings where, I take a detox bath, right? And before I go climb in bed at 8:30, yes, I wash my face, of course, right? Things like that, brush my teeth. But those I wouldn't consider part of my ritual. Those are just part of things that I just do. So that's think about it for yourself. What are the things that you do every single morning that get you ready and put you in space? And what are the things that are routine that you do with intention in the evening to help you go to bed? And those are your rituals. That's where the magic begins. Okay, there's a science-backed fact that says consistent daily routines have been shown to reduce the cortisol levels and increase a sense of control. And for a lot of us, when we have core wounds, one of those core wounds that a lot of people carry is the lack of being able to control the environment around them, control their life, control their decisions, control. And so by having those daily routines, it is giving us that increased sense of control. Having those daily routines also is something that a lot of people that deal with depression are advised to do by their doctors. So there's science and there's medical reasons why you want to have daily routines, whether they're in the morning or in the evening. Okay? So let's talk about why rituals matter in our chaotic modern lives that we have in the Western world. So ritual does not necessarily equal routine. So they're not one and the same. You could have a routine, like I said, wash my face in the evening, brush my teeth, but I don't consider those an evening ritual because I just do them without awareness, without an intention. It's just a habit. Okay. So habits are not necessarily rituals either. Okay, so routines do not equal ritual. Routines become a ritual when you bring the awareness and the intention and the presence to what you're doing. Why are you doing it? Why am I shutting the service off on my phone in the evening? Why am I making sure the lights are off at 8:30? Right? Those have intention behind them. It's the intention that I'm preparing my brain and my body for a deep sleep. Why am I dry brushing in the morning before I get in the shower? That has an intention. That's a ritual. Right? It's to open up the lymphatic drainage in my system to get rid of the dead skin on my body. Right? Why am I brushing my teeth with cold water in the morning instead of toothpaste when I first wake up? To release the biofilms in my mouth, to reactivate the saliva glands, to get rid of any of the toxins that my body has released in my mouth. You could do that with oil pulling as well in the morning, right? Rituals create emotional safety, helping us overcome those core wounds, helping the brain feel secure even in uncertain times. So it gives you that. In Maslow, if you were ever, did psychology in college or even in high school, they talk about Maslow's hierarchical pyramid of needs, right? Or levels of needs. Safety and security is like the very bottom one. If you don't have safety and security, you can't move any further in your up the pyramid of needs that we need as a human. If you're not safe and secure, your body's not even going to be thinking about food. And so routines and rituals create that emotional safety. They help regulate your circadian rhythms as well. They reduce the decision fog and provide moments of self-connection. So mindful rituals have been linked to reducing anxiety and improving sleep. And that's coming out of the Journal of Psychosomatic Research from 2018 research that they were doing in a study they were doing then. So those rituals where you're doing them on purpose, you're mindful about them, are linked to reducing our anxiety and improving our sleep. So it helps move us out of the fight or flight, right? Helps calm our nervous system to reduce our anxiety. And when you have an intention with it, you're giving it a direction. You're giving it a reason why you're doing it. Morning and evening rituals. I kind of talk through my own, but let me give you some suggestions for a few different ones as well that might work for you. It's going to depend totally on your lifestyle. But simple morning rituals you might think about is warm lemon water with a little bit of cinnamon in it. And there's a reason we'll talk about why cinnamon. The lemon water piece reactivates the metabolism of the body. It re-stimulates the body for it to wake up, burn fat, detox naturally. It helps the liver. If you've ever done any of the medical medium cleanses, you're going to know like lemon water is one of his things. Always, always, always. Me personally, I don't do lemon water. I do celery juice. Medical medium says lemon water, then celery juice, then a smoothie. Like he has a protocol. But it's important. Another simple thing you can do in the morning is breath of fire for 3 minutes to help you increase the prana in your body, increase the breath in your body, help to cleanse out the lungs, increase and know that you're breathing deep, that you're breathing into your belly. Some people, if they have stressful sleep, and I'm going to classify stressful sleep as you're interrupted multiple times, you don't sleep straight through the night, maybe you're grinding your teeth, you're having nightmares, you're having other things happen, and you're not sleeping stressfully or with ease, you're sleeping and your body's in stress while you're sleeping, you might wake up breathing in your shoulders and not having that belly breath. And so doing 3 minutes of breath of fire will reground your body and move you back into diaphragmic breathing, where you're breathing in and out of your belly, which is where we should be breathing all the time. If you ever notice during the day you're short of breath, you're breathing and your breathing is in your chest or your shoulders, you should take a minute and you should intentionally inhale so much air that your belly expands and exhale it all the way out and pull your navel, your belly button, all the way back to your spine when you exhale, and exhale it out of your side bodies because your diaphragm holds air in the sides of your body, and make sure your chest is exhaled, and then do another super deep breath. And you hold air in your back, by the way. So you should cleanse all that out. The third thing you might think about in the morning is stepping outside barefoot for about 2 minutes when the sun is rising or when the sun is up, and intentionally getting sunlight onto your body, onto your décolletage, on your neck, on your face, without sunscreen. Activating that vitamin D, getting those light codes into your body to activate your DNA for healing and for regeneration. Okay, let me run you through a couple of evening ideas if you're looking to add a new ritual. You could do a lavender foot soak or milk bath, and we just put a lavender milk bath recipe out on Instagram Reels, so if you want to hop over to our Instagram page, it's there. And it's also part of our April Grounding and Glowing recipe, so there's a printed version and a video as well inside the membership. So if you want to grab this free 7 days, you can do that and grab that. But you could do that lavender foot soak while you're listening to a book, while you're watching television, while you're reading a book, having a conversation, right? Or you could actually just do the whole bath and go soak for 20 minutes in the bathtub. I love doing that. Having a little peace, right? You might try journaling 3 things you're grateful for, or what I need to release today, right? In a notebook before you go to bed in the evening, just to kind of get that stuff, the mind chatter out, to allow your body to relax into sleep. And one of my daughters uses this on purpose. She keeps a journal in her bed, like on the side of the mattress, because she has a lot of mind chatter. She has a lot of, I can't fall asleep at night, and she takes valerian root and magnesium and things like that to help her with sleep, but she also journals in the evening. And it's sometimes I tell her it's just nonsense, just whatever comes in your head, just write it down, just get it out so that you can go into sleep. And so that might be something you want to look at for yourself. And then you can try alternate nostril breathing or even left nostril breathing. So you're breathing in and out of the left side of your nose. When you breathe in and out of the left side of your nose, the left side of your body, it does bring relaxation to your body. Okay, so that's always very good as well. Science-backed fact for you here is that breathwork has been proven to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing our heart rate, promoting relaxation. And that's from Frontiers in Human Neuroscience, and that's a 2020 research that they were doing. And so I love that because I love breathwork. I love what breathwork does for me. And so knowing that the parasympathetic nervous system is activated with that deeper breathing, with that breathwork that we are doing with intention, reduces your heart rate. When your heart rate is reduced, it's going to help you sleep better. And when you're relaxed, it's going to help you fall asleep faster. All right, let's talk about cinnamon and why cinnamon in your lemon, or why do you put cinnamon in your tea, or why would you want cinnamon in your coffee in the morning? Why are we using the herb of cinnamon? Okay, so cinnamon is a warming herb. It's stimulating, it's grounding, and it's great to give your body energy and circulation. I will give you one thing to think about. If you know that you are a Pitta, so you are a Ayurvedic type with fire in your body, you might not gravitate to use cinnamon because it's going to heat your body up more. Okay? Just think about that in that sense. Okay? If you're like, I don't even know what Ayurvedic type I am, go out to Deepak Chopra's website. He has a quiz out there you can take for free. All right. That being said, you can use it, like I said, in tea. You can do a warm almond milk, add a little cinnamon, stir it in. Or even like you can take a cinnamon stick and burn it and create a cleansing incense and like use the smoke from the cinnamon stick as well to get the benefits from this herb. Symbolically, we use, magically, symbolically, right, in ritual, we use cinnamon for protection and for fire energy in a lot of different cultures. So again, it's creating the warmth in your body. It's a great herb for winter, cold mornings in the spring, cold evenings, and it's great for stimulating that fire in your body, that warmth. It'll wake you up. It'll give you energy. The mushroom coffee that I have been drinking lately has cinnamon in it. I love it. All right. So you can make cinnamon stick tea. This is just an idea, guys. So to make the cinnamon stick tea and sip it in the morning with a little bit of deep breathing and repeating the mantra to yourself, I am rooted, I am safe. I am rooted, I am safe. I am rooted, I am safe. Giving your body that intention of safety and security, that intention of grounding. Cinnamon stick tea is where you take a cinnamon stick, put it in hot water, let it brew for 3 to 5 minutes, take the cinnamon stick out, put it back in an airtight container. You can even just let it air dry so it doesn't like mildew or mold on the cinnamon stick. And you can reuse the same cinnamon stick over and over again. Some people use cinnamon sticks to stir their tea or their coffee. And then, like I said, let it dry and reuse it again later. You can also use ground cinnamon. If you're doing it in coffee or in something else, just like 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon in the morning. Science tells us that cinnamon improves blood flow and helps stabilize blood sugar, which affects emotional balance. And so the Journal of American College of Nutrition did a study in 2006 that you can look up on the benefits of cinnamon for the blood and blood sugar. I invite you guys, honestly, to join us in Grounding and Glowing. If this episode sparked something in you, if your soul is whispering, oh my gosh, I need more of this information, Tiffany, this just hit home for me today. Like I've been called to ritual, but I didn't really understand why, and I didn't understand which rituals would work for me. I want more of this. You guys come join Grounding and Glowing. It's our community where, like I said, I'm there for you. We're there for each other. It's safe space, and we create sacred moments together. I'm so excited. I would love to have you join us for April's live class to do the Cross Heart Kirtan Kriya. I am in love with this Kriya. It was part of my Kundalini warrior teacher training, and I just kept doing it after we did it that one morning. We did it in a yoga lab, and I've done it in other places, but right now it's just hitting me like that's the one. That's the Kriya that is speaking to my body. That Cross Heart Kirtan Kriya, we cross the arms, which means we've created crossing in the body, which is opening the body up for balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain, opening our bodies up for opportunities and receiving. It's just amazing the energy that it creates and just the mindfulness that it gives you. It's awesome. If you would like to do the 7-day free trial, I would love for you to come and do it. Like sign up so you can do the April class with us. You can do that at cultivatingguts.com/grounding and glowing. Again, that link will be in the show notes to make it easy for you. And it's awesome. All right, my love. I hope you really love this episode. I hope this episode gave you some inspiration to infuse more ritual and rhythm and ease into your own daily life. Even the smallest moments, that sip of warm tea, that pause for a deep breath in the mornings to breathe into your belly, the scent of cinnamon or lavender in the evenings, cinnamon in the mornings, can become sacred if you give them a meaning. Why are you doing them? What are you getting from them? What are you gifting your body? What are you gifting your soul by doing this? If you are craving a deeper connection to yourself, your body, the natural cycles around you, I would invite you to join us inside Grounding and Glowing membership. This month, we're exploring the theme balance in nature. It's perfect to go with this spring that we're in right now. Nature is coming back to life. There's been this rebirth and this just growing. The lavender-inspired rituals that are included this month include the lavender milk bath, the lavender-infused honey that you can use for many things. And our live class is April 22nd, which will be featuring a cross-heart Kritan Kriya, followed by a sound bath for you. And it's all done, the live class is done virtually. So it doesn't matter where you're at, whether you're in America or somewhere else, you're traveling abroad, you live abroad. Doesn't matter if you can make the live or you have to do the replay, or you make the live and you want to do the replay. It's all there for you. And our monthly herbal wisdom PDF guides, meditations, and so much more. Love for you to try and join us. Join our circle. Join our membership. Share this episode with a mama, a healer, or a soulful woman who needs a reminder that she doesn't need to hustle her way through life to have peace. You don't have to finish everything on your checklist. I once thought that myself. In order to feel accomplished, to feel like you can now sit down and relax. You just need to have some rhythm in your life, and that will give you the peace that you need throughout your day. Sat Nam. Love you. Until next time, stay grounded, stay glowing.